once in a while, the human race achieves something truly remarkable. Hi friends, myself Mohammed Mustafa and I'm studying at GHSS Pillicode in class 10D, and on this day we celebrate the occasion when we first left footsteps upon our nearest neighbor, the moon. So on this auspicious day, I'm going to share with you some of the interesting facts about the moon and why 20th July is considered as the Moon Day. There are various theories about how the moon was created, but recent evidence indicates it was formed when a huge collision tore a chunk of primitive molten earth away, sending the raw ingredients for the moon into the orbit. Although the large impact theory dominates the scientific community's discussion, there are several other theories about the moon's formation. These theories include that the Earth captured the moon, that the moon fissioned out of the Earth, or that Earth may even have stolen the moon from Venus, according to a recent theory. Some ancient people believed the moon was a ball of fire, while others thought it was a mirror that reflected Earth's land and seas. But ancient Greek philosophers knew the moon was a sphere orbiting around the Earth whose moonlight reflected the sunlight. The Greeks also believed the dark areas of the moon were seas while the bright regions were land, which influenced the current names for those places, Maria and Terrae, Latin for seas and lands respectively. The Renaissance astronomer Galileo Galilei was the first to use a telescope to make scientific observation of the moon, describing in 1609 a rough mountainous surface that was quite different from the popular beliefs of his day that the moon was smooth. In 1959, the Soviet Union sent the first spacecraft to impact the moon's surface and returned the first photographs of its far side. This spurred a Cold War series of uncrewed missions by both the Soviet Union and the United States to observe the moon's surface. Many of these probes were failures or only partially successful. However, over time, these early probes returned information about the moon's surface and geological history. The United States sent astronauts to the moon's orbit and surface in the 1960s and 1970s. The first crewed mission to the moon was in 1968 when Apollo 8 astronaut orbited around the moon. In 1969, the legendary Apollo 11 landed the first astronauts on the moon. Followed by 5 more successful surface missions, the moon remains the only extraterrestrial body that humans have ever visited till now. The Apollo 1 would have been launched on February 21, 1967. But sadly, the astronauts Virgil Grissom, Edward White, and Roger Chaffee lost their lives when a fire swept through the command module in between the training. On May 25, 1961, it was announced by John F. Kennedy, who was the President of America at that time, that the Apollo space program would start. This initiated NASA's work on the manned lunar landing. He stated that it was his plan to make sure that there was an American on the moon by the end of the decade.
I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal before this decade is out of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the earth. No single space project in this period will be more impressive to mankind.
And yes, in 1969, the historic first took place when Apollo 11 landed on the moon for the first time.
One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
The world held its breath when the 3 men, Commander Neil Armstrong, Command Module Pilot Michael Collins, and Lunar Module Pilot Buzz Aldrin became the first humans to step on the surface of the moon. However, it was not all systems go, as NASA ended their Apollo program with Apollo 17. This was the final moon landing mission, which happened in 1972. Now we know a little about the legendary moon landing, so now let's explore the dark side, or we can say it as the moon landing conspiracy theory that most of the people don't know about. Moon landing conspiracy theorists claim that some or all elements of the Apollo program and the associated moon landings were fake and staged by NASA, possibly with the aid of other organizations. The most notable claim is that the 6 crewed landings were faked and the 12 Apollo astronauts did not actually walk on the moon. Various groups and individuals have made claims since the mid-1970s that NASA and others unknowingly misled the public into believing the landings happened by manufacturing, tampering with, or destroying evidence including photos, telemetry tapes, radio and TV transmissions, and moon rock samples. Even as late as 2001, the Fox television network documentary Conspiracy Theory Did We Land on the Moon claimed NASA faked the first landing in 1969 to win the space race. It's very sad to know that some of the people still believe now that the sweat and hard work of thousands of people who worked for the mission was fake and staged. After an interlude of more than a decade, lunar exploration by US spacecraft resumed in the 1990s. However, in recent times, we have started to see more space programs initiated, so we could see more space activity from now on. This has been made possible because NASA had partnered with different organizations and commercial companies in order to ensure that there is enough funding needed to keep these projects going. Since then, a host of other governments have also joined the moon rush, including Japan, the European Space Agency, China, Israel, and our mother country, India. Hope my friends learned an interesting topic today. If you want to know more about this, I recommend you to spend some of your time to find out more about our moon and space exploration by reading books, blog articles, watching documentaries, and also watch movies like First Man, The Last Man on the Moon, and For All Mankind. Thank you all for watching, hope you guys enjoyed and also have a great day. Peace out.